Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower preview. I'm Mark, and today we're taking a look at Tsuro, the Luxury Limited Edition, which is brought to you by Calliope Games. It's for 2 to 8 players, ages 8 and up, and games generally run about 15 to 20 minutes. This is a beautiful and beautifully simple game of laying a tile before your own token continues its path on each turn. The goal is to keep your token on the board longer than anyone else. But as the board fills up, this becomes harder because there are fewer empty spaces left, and another player's tile may also extend your own path in a direction you'd rather not go. Tsuro has an Asian spiritual theme, the lines representing the many roads that lead to divine wisdom, and the game as a whole representing the classic quest for enlightenment. And a bit of fun history here. Tsuro was originally introduced in 1979 under the name Squiggle Game, but it wasn't published as Tsuro until 2005. So let's dive in and take a look at this beautiful new edition. So this preview is just going to be focusing on these luxury pieces. We're not really diving into gameplay, but I do want to say that this game over the years has been fantastic for us. It has been part of so many really fun family game nights. It's super easy to teach. It is puzzly, but we've been able to easily engage non-board gaming friends and family in this game. Now, with this luxury edition, it truly feels like an heirloom edition, something you would put out on a coffee table or just have out for display. They've done an amazing job making it just feel like it's that next level. So let's first dive in, of course, to the main box. It is a carved wooden box. Now, the neat thing here is that it was conceptualized and designed by the original Tsuro artist, Andy Hepworth, and it has vintage finishes, and it truly feels like that. It feels like an antique piece, and all the relief, the texture to it is just fantastic. And then, of course, we have the pawns, these metal heavy, very heavy, nicely done pawns that are designed, inspired by the mythological beings of the Tsuro series. So you've got dragons and phoenix, and then you have the tiles. The tiles, I am so excited about these because just the texture alone. I love texture in games. The tactile experience that you have when you play games just adds that much more to them. Now, these are carved resin and tiles that are designed to simulate stone, and they truly do have that feel to them. They're heavy as well, nicely weighted, and pulling them from the bag is just something really a fun experience in the game for sure. And the bag that you're pulling from is this embroidered silk, again mimicking the artwork that's on the box and on the main board. Now, you also have this certificate of authenticity, which will be numbered and signed by the artist, designer, and the publisher. And then you have the gold statue, the traditional dragon tile that has been replaced with an oversized golden statue. Again, nicely weighted. Everything about these pawns and the dragon are really well done. Nice detail and finish, and the metal just adds that next level feel to it for sure. And all the inserts inside this box have this fabric and line, really well done as well. And then the board, this overall board, again feels like something antique. I really like what they've done with it. It has this double hemmed fabric, and it's illustrated with that aged finish. So, and it does, again, feel very vintage. Now, one of my favorite things, again, everything about this is just very well done, and it does serve as like this heirloom, like I said before, but these rules are like super thematic because it's on this bamboo scroll. It's so cool. As you pull this out, all the rules are here. It's beautifully done, and it might be one of my favorite pieces actually, because it just feels like some ancient scroll that you're pulling out and playing this game that maybe that's been around for centuries. And so it really truly does have this luxury feel to it. It does feel as though it's something that was handmade hundreds of years ago, or it's something that's been in the family, an heirloom piece. And I really like what they've done. The thing that I noticed the most though is playing with the family and some friends, that it felt way more thematic than it ever has before, just because of this vintage feel and the stone tiles and the bamboo scroll. All of that just ties together the theme and just the general feeling of playing this game. And I've played several versions of it, all the expansions and so forth, and even the Oculus version, which I love. But this is something unique, fun. Just the general experience of pulling it out of the box was unique, and setting it up and just the tactile experience adds so much to this game. Alright folks, just a reminder once again, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview, and everything you've seen here has been in prototype form, so keep a close eye on the campaign for any changes that still may occur. Now with that said, everything they've done here does truly make it feel like a high-end version of the game, but also very much that it's this vintage antique that maybe has been sitting around for a while. They really did a fine job with all the aspects of it, pulling you in and conveying the theme of the game perhaps better than it ever has before. And I've played, like I said, multiple versions. Oculus still is one of my favorite ways to play, but I don't know that I can go back to the basic game anymore because this is done so well. I want to play it this way. The experience was so much more fun, and these tiles that you lay out really just so well done, make you feel like stone that you're putting out. But folks, really, ultimately, if this looks like something of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So I think that's it for me, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.